giant entering the cabin. The Thai cabin. Hey,
that sounded very wrong.
No.
Sorry, too used to cars with
Power boot.
Wow, that is deep, man. Wow, that is actually quite deep.
Yeah, I didn't expect that from a B7.
Yeah, I know. So quite deep, as you can see. Well, they basically give you an extra plastic mat now.
Yeah.
And underneath there is a...
Is it soft?
There is no handle for you to lift up the carpet.
There's a little tab here.
And then of course you have a full-size spare.
Yes.
But it's not the same rim lah.
Yeah.
It's the steel rim.
Steel rim.
Yeah.
Painted black at least.
With the
pink.
with the balancer.
Why is this pink? The cap on it is pink.
Because you're unlucky enough to get a pink color.
Is it random colors that you put in? There's some sound deadening material. Yeah. This is slightly tidier.
Yeah.
It's not like some foam piece.
But I do see some effort at sound deadening, which is not bad. It's just very untidy. That's all. Size-wise, I'm pretty okay with it. It does. Yeah, the seat can fold down.
It folds down. But there's a huge hump.
For oversized item, like if you're carrying, like for example, a 6 feet table.
If it's in IKEA, not assembled,
yeah.
it would make sense.
It would make sense that you can slide it in.
The boot space is fine, but just the seat
the
folding,
configuration.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate.
Okay.
Anyway, let's check out the composition.
Let's open the Pandora box. Oh, heavy. A bit heavier. Ah, man.
It's not as deep, no?
It's not as deep, you're right, that's number one. But number two, it's just as untidy.
Less sound deadening material in the boot.
A lot less. That side, in the Vios, there are two. You have that sponge, and then you have that
spray material.
Yeah.
Here there's a bit along the seam.
Yeah.
But it just
a lot less.
Actually feels less padded up. But you see, there's no pink plastic.
Yeah, but
it's a space saver.
It's a space saver. It's not a full size spare.
Yeah.
Right. Very unfortunate.
What is this?
I don't know.
Balancing
so that it doesn't sink down.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's such a weird way to do it.
Yeah, but overall, both, I was actually quite surprised. Both car has very untidy boot covering material and design. Very ad hoc.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm going to give you the thinnest cardboard available that will warp if you were to put something heavy on it. To solve the problem, I put some sponges.
Yeah, and look, the tools,
it's just flying around. This is just bad. Sound deadening is one thing. Untidiness is another thing. And then, you know, the toolboxes and...
Just like block it in here.
I mean, it's okay if you sell at Perodua pricing lah.
Yeah, this is not Toyota.
You know, it's not okay if you're going to ask 90,000 or 85 or 88,000.
How much does it cost you?
Per vehicle saving at most is a few $100.
Right.
You know? But maybe here a few hundred, there a few hundred, and in front a few hundred, adds up to a few thousand ringgit. And that's where their profit margin is. And that's very unfortunate, isn't it? And this is what I meant the other day when I was talking, you know. If the Chinese can give you that while making money, then the Japanese really need to start looking at their costing. Because the car, they've got it down. Yeah. But why must you make me feel shortchanged? This is where Honda wins.
Yeah, this is where Honda wins. You can just pull this and then...
even that is already easier lah.
That is easier.
We don't even need to go to the front.
Well, it's also very, very small.
There is also a bump that comes up lah. This is chassis strengthening material.
Rigidity.
Yeah, rigidity. But that being said, I think the Vios is not so far in terms of space-wise. Yeah, it's not so far.
The opening, let me just... In the center, it's a bit taller here.
Yeah, but the sides here is a bit smaller because of the pillars.
Yes, there's like a triangle cut out there.
In that sense, both cars are very similar in its capability to carry things in the boot.
Yeah.
If you're going to give a 3 there, it's going to get a 3 here, in relation to space. But in relation to tidiness, both fail, I would say. But I have to say, the Vios has more sound deadening material. Yeah. It is marginally tidier.
Yes. And this one has a seat folding.
But this one has this lever, which is a bit more convenient than that. Okay, let's do the ingress and egress test. Alright, let's see. Okay, for me the legroom is alright, but the headroom is not great. It's touching my hand.
Right.
You come and sit. If you're complaining in the X50 and you don't complain here, it's smaller, isn't it?
It's about the same.
It's about the same.
My head is touching the ceiling.
Even mine was, you know.
It's not great lah. What I don't like about how Toyota did the back and also the front lah is just the door cuts feel very plastic.
Well, it's better than the previous model, isn't it?
The previous model
is one piece. It's still one piece.
They just textured it.
Yeah, they just textured it differently.
Just extend this leather up here. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, of course, man.
That car does it.
That's why you don't get special rims.
But yeah, this leather cover with stitching, that's okay. Because it goes on against your elbows.
Right.
It's fine lah. It's not very padded. It's just padded enough. Shall we go to the front?
Yeah. Again, this is still from a bit like the Beluga period where it's one piece plastic molding, but now at least it looks like a separate piece.
Yeah.
And then you have this soft touch thing on your elbow. I'm not going to complain so much. A lot of fake stitching.
Yeah. And a lot of hard plastics.
Yeah, very, very hard plastic that shines. So there are a few things here that is GR specific.
The red stitching.
Yeah, the red stitching is GR specific, which is a bit unfortunate because if it's really here, so it's not too bad.
Yeah,
it's not too bad. Oh, there is one angle here that looks like a Mercedes-Benz A-Class. Just frame it here, like this area.
Yeah, it's basically an A-Class.
But a lot of red stitching here, and then you have this fake Alcantara feel thing.
I quite like it.
I don't mind it, but it's not on your standard stuff.
Yeah.
And then you have this to remind you every day.
This is very unfortunate because look at that. It's a gated shifter, which I think some people prefer. Yeah, very Mercedes.
Yeah, very Mercedes.
I like gated shifters.
Yeah.
They have a classiness to them.
Yeah.
The problem with the gated shifter is it necessitates a stick. You cannot have a boot cover, right? Unless you cover the whole thing up. So because of that, you have gated shifter and then you have long stick.
Yeah.
Which it looks awkward. It's just sticking out there and then suddenly put on top. You know? I don't get it. And then how little storage space there is. There's two cup holders. There's a slat here you can put your phone on. And then you
have a this is ancient, man. Just give me a USB now. Then you have this. What is this?
This is a phone charger. This is a Qi charger, so you can stick your phone in very small room.
The center aisle is just so
narrow.
Like even for my hand, this is just bad.
Yeah, it's like only one of us get the
Yeah.
you know. The other fella has to like shrink in. And
Yeah, man. It's like on a plane, you know that feeling you get?
Yeah, economy class.
Yeah, economy class on a plane, and then the guy beside you just put the hand there, and then you get this passive aggressive feeling
the whole
that you get
flight.
the whole flight. For 6 hours, you're angry, but you don't dare to show it. You just do sounds like.
Instrument cluster. There's a semi-digital element.
Digital element is here. Then this is the traditional.
It's fine.
It's fine.
This kind of price point.
And then you get a
Pedal shifter, and it's metal.
Yeah. No lah, it's plastic lah.
Oh.
I do not like this steering wheel. Not because it doesn't look good. It looks alright. The issue is why so rough?
It is leather, but there's no padding.
That's number one. There's no padding. But to be honest, my F30 also roughly, but not this rough lah, but close to this roughness. You see, the reason why BMW does this is because they have that M Sport steering thing that
To
upsell you lah. Where else in the Vios do you get a GR steering wheel?
I think this red stitching is the GR steering wheel.
I shudder to think of the
lower one, the polyurethane
one-piece casting. I wouldn't have complained so much if I didn't see that car here.
Yeah. What about the reverse camera?
Reverse camera is typical Toyota quality lor.
You get 360 cameras. Not bad. This head unit feels typical Toyota.
Yeah.
It's
standard Toyota stuff.
Yeah. So overall, what would you give this car?
Interior.
Yeah.
I say it's a step up from the Beluga lah. But we shouldn't be talking about the Beluga. That was 5-6 years ago.
2.8.
I'm giving it a 3 lah. Maybe I'm a bit generous lah. But again, you have to give me the original one because GR, I do not know. A lot of it may be GR. I don't know. Yeah. And the seats definitely GR lah.
There's digital controls.
It's alright.
They get seatbelt reminders for the back seats.
Yeah. So if I want to complain, of course this screen feels very cheap. That's number one. Number two, you have a lot of fixed stitching that doesn't make sense. Number three,
hard plastics everywhere.
Number four, steering is a bit rough. Number five, you have this, but this is a Toyota Gene.
Yeah.
You know, this little aisle thing that looks.
The storage spaces are not
enough. You're right. Actually, there's a lot more complaint than there are.
It cannot be a tree.
Yeah, you're right. Because the tree is good. You convinced me lah. It's not a tree lah. It's a 2.8 lah.
And then another thing, like I don't know if you noticed when you're driving just now, the instrument cluster, this glass that is curved, you get the reflections from the steering column
a little bit.
here.
A little bit.
I don't understand
because this thing reflects.
Yeah, but you are an engineer, you should know these things. Overall score for design,
3 lah.
3. Yeah.
But overall, I don't want to nitpick lah. I'll give it a 3 lah. It's okay. As a product, I think interior wise, it still can serve you as a workhorse for at least 2 to 3 years until other competitors start coming.
The appeal of this car is because it's all hard plastics and simple equipment, it will last lah. These are for people who will just buy the car and run it for 10 years.
I know.
The only thing that will bug them is when the engine mounting goes, then they say, oh, must sell the whole car.
Yeah.
Shall we check out the city?
Yes, let's check out the city. I'm actually quite excited.
Going into the Honda City rear seats.
Here we go again. Let's see. Okay, it's larger.
It's larger?
It's larger. It's easier to get in out of. It is more spacious.
Inside?
Yeah, significantly more spacious. But in actual fact, it still touches my hair. It still touches my hair.
Right.
Alright? Legroom is fine. I mean, just as there. But having a more simple layout, you actually free up a lot more space.
The perceived space is a lot.
A lot more, but partially because,
White.
you have light coloured things here. But the reality is, this thing feels further from my leg,
You got aircon vents here?
That's I don't have, right? This is the
Aircon
main
vents.
difference. Even with the aircon vent, it still feels further from my knee.
Oh, even the chime feels nice.
That's just biasness oozing out of every orifice. There is a significant superiority over here that you can see.
Yeah, straight away.
Space-wise is superior here. Straight away you look at this handrest.
Yeah.
Both of us possible to share.
Yeah.
It's possible to share. You see this?
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, the choice of color, the contrast here, and the layout is more logical. It's not like flamboyant and a waste of space.
Yeah.
So this is good. This is
Everything about this interior for this segment
is superior.
is superior. I mean, okay, first of all, look at the amount of storage spaces. You get one big one here, which is big enough to, it's like my entire palm can go in,
Yeah.
You get two cup holders here. You got another space here for maybe like a key or whatever it is.
And two here.
One more here. Two phone slots.
Yeah. And then okay size.
Yeah, it's not narrow, Remember how small the other one
I know.
was? It was like that narrow.
It's very simple. Just put your hand there and I put my hand there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Immediately, it's
You don't have to be passive aggressive like you are on a plane.
the appointments, the way they position certain things. This whole floating top half and inside is recessed.
Yeah.
That's so much maturity in the way they thought about this design.
And I like the dial. The physical dial feels really good, and the display feels very modern.
It's huge screen.
So much more.
much
It's not a thin, no bezel thing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stand out like as if it's old. Maybe.
Okay, the headlights were
No, the headlights were on. I have to say, this interior outclassed the Vios. But it could also be an issue of an age thing, because this is a newer model.
Right.
I'm trying to defend the Toyota here. Knowing Toyota for so many generations, I've owned so many Toyotas in my life. Even if they come up with one new Vios next year,
It will be
an improvement over that. Still don't think they can achieve this. Knowing Toyota, for example, the issue with the handrest in the Toyota Corolla and the Toyota Vios has always
part
been
of their
an issue.
genes.
Yeah, they don't even have a handrest originally.
Yeah.
But the highlight here is this. It is so silky smooth, thick and padded.
I mean, it's something you're touching every day. Your primary interaction with the car is the steering wheel.
Yeah.
The steering wheel better make you feel like you're not getting shortchanged.
Yeah.
And they did such a good job here.
It is such a good job. Yeah, this feels cheap, and this is the only thing that reminds you that it's an $80,000 car.
Yeah.
But this feels like 180,000 ringgit steering wheel minus this.
Yeah.
It's 85% out of a Mazda CX-5 steering.
The only, I think, place where this car loses a little bit is the fact that the display is not a color display here.
Yeah, it's a little bit 2016 I mean the instrument cluster and all. But I have to say this. This is one class above the Vios. So now the Vios has this soft touch thing here, but it's only for this part. And then you have that one piece molding here. But over here, as you can see, is a soft material. So it's the entire hand and arm and your elbow as well. The entire thing is soft touch.
So it carries forward to the back also.
Yes. Completely outclassing the Vios. This interior is a 4.2 for me.
It's a 4.2 also for me. Yeah.
What complaints do you have here?
Complaints for the interior?
Yeah.
I think the white interior is not going to age well.
I know, because right now in a test car it looks right.
Yeah.
Trust me, a 1-year-old City is going to look disgusting.
Exactly. And my mum has the previous generation City.
Right.
Immediately the aircon vent in the rear.
Yeah.
That one of the fins broke.
Oh.
Within like
the quality of the material is not good.
You just whack it up one time, pop, the thing break.
Yeah.
So here and there, I think Honda.
They cut costs. You
can see
if you are an owner, you know where they are. Complaints, to be honest, is that
very minimal.
You don't have a complaint for this stick, but to be honest, to me, it feels just as awkward to look at.
This is like, okay, I can't see your long stick.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, another complaint is, I guess, this thing. I don't like piano black.
But over there
they
also
do it there. So very scratched up and dusty.
Yeah.
Only 1 day old. Yeah, everything else I'm very, very happy about the interior. Some people don't like it. Some people say the interior looks very dated. I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think it's okay. It's great. I think it outclassed the Vios in every aspect. You can't deny that.
The real competitor, what we really have to look at is the Almera, whether it's much better than this.
Yes. I don't like the exterior. I felt that work is not done enough on the exterior. But I feel that the interior is quite impressive actually, especially in this class. I mean, it's not impressive per se, but impressive for its class. And the interior, I have to give it a 4.2, man. Overall, I think it's a 4 lah.
Yeah.
Of course, the only part that I think we are not very satisfied with is the untidiness of the boot.
Yeah.
It's just come on,
they
man.
could really do better there.
A few hundred ringgit worth of cost would have made it so much more convincing. Maybe they feel that it is not something you touch every day. Okay. Alright.
Let's
go for the drive.
No, let's go value. Let's talk about value. Whether actually,
do you want to mount?
No. I'm just saying it so we can transition.
Let's do value!